Everybody. I hope everybody can hear me okay, see me okay. As usual, I'm always waiting to see somebody say they hear me fine, and hopefully we're not glitching as much today as we were last week. I didn't reboot my router, but I did reboot my computer, so cool. Looks like everybody can hear me okay. So kind of waiting a couple minutes because we're a couple minutes early. I've been sitting here watching chat, so I figure I might as well go ahead and start it because I already got the numbers written down and everything, so I had nothing else to do. And as somebody has told me before, yes, I know my office is a mess. Since my oldest moved in, she kind of stores her stuff in this room too. So until she gets her own apartment. So she moved here from Illinois. She's been here a month, but this room is loaded with all her clothes and bags and everything. Other than that, I hope everybody's been having a good week. Our house has, let's see, Christy's got pneumonia. Brianna's got pneumonia. Tyler's got a viral cough. Me and my oldest are just fine. So, of course, we're making them walk around with masks on. We don't want them breathing on us. Oh, it's been nice here too. Temperature's been very good, but it's going around Brianna's school, high school. There's a lot of kids out with pneumonia right now. I'm assuming there was a bunch of kids that stayed going to school while they had it before they ever went to the doctor. So a lot of people out. Now our pretty much household pretty much has it. We think Tyler's coming down with it, but they diagnosed him today with just a viral cough because they didn't hear any problem with this line yet. But so we're still waiting on phase 2 to get finished. We should be about 6 days from it being finished to where I can test. I'll test it for a day or two before we start opening up. So next Wednesday, I should be announcing a live date that I'm going to start sending emails out. So just like I said last week, and if you need to change your email in the system, go in and change it. It's in your member management. You go to your profile view, contact information, which is one of the tabs, and there's a little blue pencil somewhere on there that lets you edit it. You can change your email in the system. I was going to download them this week, but I figured it's best if I re-download all the members' profiles again right before we bring the new stuff live. That way I have updated emails. I have everything the way it's supposed to be, so I don't want to miss anybody when I start sending out emails. Other than that, I want to make sure those are all right. I've also been looking into some ideas and things for phase 3 because we don't want that to be too far behind phase 2 because phase 3 is what we're hoping. It'll probably take longer to build. That's why I want to get it started shortly after phase 2 launches. It'll take a lot longer to build, matter of fact, because we do plan on phase 3 being the phase that pretty much self-sustains everything. It will bring in enough income on its own to sustain the rest, because it'll bring out a lot of members that aren't just in the matrix to, their, business people will be joining for, ads and things like that. So they'll be putting in monthly money just to build the system. So create an income other than just a membership. So from those type of people. But we're looking at a bunch of different programs, kind of pull some ideas from different things, along with, I've got one idea that isn't really a part of another platform that I'm thinking about. So if we can pull a lot of those things together, we can, build a pretty nice business advertising system. So plus a couple other things I want to put in there. But it's 7:02, so let's go with numbers. The 50 cents matrix. Last week was 138,765. This week is 143,539. So almost 5,000 position gain. 4,800, just shy of 4,800. 5 fast had about an 82 position gain. Went from 5,230 to 5,312. 5 mid went from 1,751 to 1,763, so it only gained 12. 20 fast went from 841 to 852, so it gained 11. 15 big went from 645 to 648, so it only gained 3. 60 fast only gained 1 and went from 167 to 168. Now last week, the 50 big hadn't grown at all from the week before. It had stayed at 139 2 weeks in a row. It went up 1 to 140. The 150 fast hasn't moved, and the 200 huge hasn't moved. The previous 2 weeks, 69 and 64. So the nice thing is that phase 2, like I said before, with phase 2, one other number before I go and talk about phase 2 again. Total memberships, 21,968. So we only gained 14 new members in the week. But the nice thing I was saying about phase 2 is not being able to jump around and buy positions, the bigger positions. It forces everybody to stay, in the $7 matrices. The $1.50 matrix is really just a registration matrix. It allows people to, that can't afford $7 to make the money to jump into a $7 matrix. Other people that can't afford it, they'll jump in right in the first day. But you have the opportunity to buy more positions in the $1 or the $1.50 and the $7 matrices over and over. You just can't buy into anything bigger. You got to build your system up. So, but the nice thing is the way phase 2 is built, pretty much like the $1.50 matrices. There's a 50 cent, actually after fees stuff, probably like a 48-cent profit within infinite funds that we can push back towards 50-cent position giveaways. In the $7 matrices, there's money that is pushed back to infinite funds every time somebody cycles out. It's only 3 people below you and 3 people below each of them. So for every 1 person that cycles out, we're pushing, not only is it getting a re-entry into the next level matrix, as well as into still in phase 2, but it's also putting money out to put back into phase 1, into the $5 there, plus some 50-cent positions. Then when the next level, the $18 level person cycles out, it's not only putting money into the 15 or the 20, it's also putting $5 matrices in. The next level is going to be doing, it's going to put money into the 50 and 60 or the 20 and 15. There's going to be a lot of position change, boost in phase 1 when phase 2 starts cycling out. And phase 2, not requiring as many people, it's going to cycle people out faster. We I'm, always been honest with everybody. In phase one, it cycled out quick in the beginning. It got really wide, really big, really fast. So it slowed down dramatically. And we have a lot of people, that, say, they're not making anything now and stuff like that, and I understand. If you think you're not making anything, I'm not making anything either. The whole system has to be. With me being at the top, you always have to keep in that fact, in mind that the admin's at the top, and then, of course, I'm right underneath the admin account. So if the system is 8 levels deep already, you got to keep in mind that that 9th level is like a ton of people, because you figure number 1 needed 4. Then each of those, then the next level is 16, then 64, then 256, then 1,028, then 4,096. It just keeps going. So for my next level of pay requires a huge amount of people, not just 64 or 256. So I'm not making anything either on phase one anymore. So I totally understand. I keep, telling people, be patient. We're working on it. Phase two is going to help the system. Phase two is going to play into phase one. Phase two does not have deep matrices. They're all, 3 by 2. So it's literally 3 wide, 2 deep. So it takes 3 people and then each of them 3 to get 3, and it's done. So it doesn't have any 7 level deep stuff. So it's a lot quicker. Donna, I'll announce a lot more once it's completed. Yes, phase two will be able to be joined directly from the outside. Now, Brian, what I tell a lot of people is because I have talked to some people that aren't in Infinite Funds yet, and they're kind of waiting on phase two because they like the 3 by 2 system, and they like that the layout of 3 by 2 from what I've talked about. We've had a couple people that have watched a couple of these lives that aren't in phase one that have messaged me indirectly. So, and I, talked to them about it. And like I told them, I said, I still think even if they join phase two from, outside, they still want to at least register with phase one. It's free to join. They can either, once they register, they can, talk to somebody that's already in and say, hey, PIF me in, or they can pay, their own way in, however they want to do it. But the reason why I would just register is because the money that from phase two that's made that goes donated to phase one, it's random drawing. It's literally, I'm typing in, if we have 21,968, I'm going to random.org's website and typing in number 1 as the lowest number and 21,968 as the biggest, and hitting draw and letting it pick a number. That's how we're giving the positions away. It's going to be completely random. It could be any member within the system. So, even if they don't want to be really focused on phase one, the free positions are there. If I decide to give away cash now and then, like I did last week in here, completely random. We're drawing it off the membership list in phase one. So, yeah, that's, phase one's free to join, and that's kind of where I say they ought to at least register. Even if their focus is on phase two or phase three. Phase one, they should at least register with it because the random money drawings will be there. And the website that I post the countdown timer stuff on, the https:// //infinite-funds.com. That website will have once, yes, I am wearing an AT&T hoodie. Once we launch and send out the emails and invite people to phase 2, I will put the link on there to join phase 2 as well. So it'll have the phase 1 link, phase 2 link, eventually phase 3 link. So really, if you talk to anybody that's ever had a problem getting to the websites or anything like that, get them to the .com site. Links to everything will always be on the .com site. They'll always be able to get to the global. They'll always be able to get to phase 2. Everything will be there within links. So, yeah, I didn't change my hoodie. I wore my white AT&T hoodie the other day, and I'm afraid to wear it too much because it's really white. I'm afraid that I'm going to dirty it up. This one's old. I used to wear this one climbing telephone poles, so in the winter in Illinois. So this was my warmth, 30 foot in the air. Yeah, it depends on what you spill on it, Jeff. The other day I was eating spaghetti and I was wearing it and I thought, I took it off. So it's in the dirty clothes, but I didn't leave it on long enough to splash anything on. Let's see, I'm trying to see if there's some other questions on here. Anybody else have any other questions? I think, let me see what we got to work with here. Brian, I've seen it. I haven't had a chance to look at it too much yet. And Kathy, I haven't looked at them much. Yes, I haven't talked to Cliff in a while, but I've got to get with him because I've got some money that's for him. So, yeah, I just haven't talked to him lately. I haven't talked to a lot of people lately. I've been so busy working on phase 2. Matter of fact, I just sent my programmers a message right before this meeting, but they must be out of the office because they're not reading it yet, or at least not responding yet. But yes, I will check that out. And I'll check that other one out too, Brian. I've got another one that I am looking at that I'm trying to find a way to tie in something into our system, our new phase 3 when it comes out, that I've been really looking at lately. That I think I'm also looking at it for our marketing, for all kinds of stuff, because it does a lot of things. Let's see. Let's see here. Where'd it go? But let's see. Root beer. I had my son go get me a root beer out of the fridge. I asked him if he wanted to drink, and he said, "I can't. It's a beer." Okay. It is 7:15 p.m. here, Brian, but don't forget I'm on the West Coast. Almost all of the United States is ahead of me, so it increases an hour like every time zone. Like in Central, it's 9:15. In Ohio, or in Eastern, it's 10:15. I think over in New York, it's 11:15. So yeah, so it's, yep, see there, 10:15 in Jersey. Yeah, so it's getting later and later. Yeah, my son doesn't he doesn't drink anything but water, apple juice, grape juice, and milk. Everything else is gross to him. Melanie, that Clark clock is for my living room. Christy got it for her birthday, and I just, my birthday was this past week, Friday. Yeah. So for my birthday, I got a ladder tall enough to hang it. So it'll go up soon. But I didn't have a ladder tall enough to hang it before. But yeah, he doesn't like anything but those, mostly water. That's pretty much all he drinks. That's about all he drinks anymore. Matter of fact, the last couple of days, other than milk and his cereal, he hasn't had anything but water. Yeah, Dad's root beer is good too. It's probably better than A&W. I don't know, though. A&W is pretty old. It's an oldie. Thank you, Donna. And thank you to everybody else that said happy birthday on my Facebook or anything like that, because I haven't really got a chance to thank everybody, but there was a lot of people that commented. It was a good day. And then we had a Halloween party the next day. It was the first Halloween party we've ever thrown at our house. It was pretty interesting. It was fun. Me and Christy dressed up as a dead bride and groom. So it was probably the most fun Halloween party I've ever been to or had. We think we're going to try to make it an annual thing, assuming we can get people to pitch in, because food costs a lot. But Christy probably had the most expensive Halloween costume ever seen, considering it was a $2,500 wedding dress that was what me and her got married in 12 years ago, before we divorced. For those of you that don't know, my fiance and I, we are also ex-husband and wife as well. And we got married 12 years ago, got divorced shortly after. and engaged again. But she had a $2,500 dress years ago, and she still had it. Hasn't been able to sell it, or anything. So we tore the 20-foot train off of it, ripped it up, poured blood all over it, rubbed it around the dirt, and made it her Halloween costume. So she's been trying to sell it for like 10 years, but she finally got to the point she was ready to sell it for like $50. And I said, for that price, you're going to pay more for a Halloween costume. Let's use it. I agree, Donna. The A&W restaurants were really nice, especially the ones where they use the roller skates. They serve your food to you on roller skates, bring you your stuff. The A&W drive-ups they park at. Yep. I remember Stewart's and Weber's. There's a few of them that were drive-ups. But I'm trying to think. Does anybody else have any questions? Oh, yep. In-N-Out Burger. We have those around here too. And then Sonic. Yep. I keep telling the Sonic when I go to Sonic that they need to serve on roller skates. They need to go old school. Nobody really does that anymore. I don't know if anybody else has any restaurants that serve on roller skates to their car hops, but a lot of them did away with it, I think, because people get hurt or employees get hurt. Phase 2 projected launch. That's what I was waiting for. I was just chit-chatting here until I got somebody had questions about the Matrix. Phase 2 projected launch should be about, I'm hoping, 10 days away. Next Wednesday on the live, I'll be able to give, hopefully, a guaranteed date, because it should be done and in testing now on next week's live. So at the latest, hopefully I'll have it a couple of days earlier, but we'll see. Oh, nice, Donna. Yeah, the Sonic that's in Illinois, that the last Sonic I was at before when I went back to visit and stuff, they don't serve on roller skates in Central Illinois. Yeah, infinite burgers. Let's see. I was looking for questions over the matrices here. Will you tell us again how the $7 matrix pays out? Let's see. I can give you. Let me see if I can pull this up on my phone and see if maybe you can read it if I hold it in front of the camera. I don't know if you can or not. Okay, let me see here. Trying to see if I can get this big enough on my phone. I don't think it's gonna let me. Matter of fact, it just froze my phone up. Okay, let me try to bring that up again. So I'll just read them to you. Okay. Phase 2. Let's see. You got the $1.50 matrix that you join with, the registration matrix. You make $9 on it once the 2 levels is filled. So 3 people, and then they get their 3, make $9. On the $7 matrix, $7 goes in. You make 28 on the payout. $7 goes, and that's after the money comes out for the re-entries. You get a $7 re-entry into the Team Forest. You get an $18 entry into the next level of the Team Forest. So technically, you don't have to buy more positions in the $7 matrix because they do have re-entries going in. But if you want more than, if you want more positions than once every 2 levels, every other level, then you could. But after that, it doesn't buy the next levels like the $18 matrix. It doesn't buy an entry in the 7 because the 7 re-enters into itself. So it keeps you running every matrix. As one goes into the next, each one's coming back. So it just enters you into the next one all the time because 7 is constantly re-entering into itself, keeping you, moving through. But the 7 pays, on the Team Force one, pays $28. On the Company Force pays $28. The donations are a little different only on the $7 one. The donation that goes back towards phase 1, and that's only because the Company Force kicks a $7 entry into the Team Force side too. Because otherwise it'd be a $10 donation for phase 1. But in the Company Force, it's only a $3 because it kicks that over to the Team Force side. After that, the donation amount's the exact same. So yeah. But it's pretty much the $7 matrix pays 28, and everything builds from there. But it'll get a lot more information on it once we get closer to launch. Probably next Wednesday when I'm talking about it, how close we are, what I'm doing with testing. I'll probably announce a Zoom meeting to show it, explain it, show the payouts of it, everything, so we can walk you through every step of it. Because I don't want anybody coming into it blind. So If they're all on your team, Jeff, that you could just use your link. I mean, your link would kind of act like a company force from your point down. It would literally, if they use your link, it should just fill below you evenly. Um, Now, if let's say you have 40 people, but one of them has 23, and that's what makes your 63, obviously that one person wants their 23 to use their link because they should all be below them somewhere. You get what I'm saying? So, using your, like if you had a team of 500, using your one link for all 500 of them would kind of, it would act like a company force from you down because it's your team. So it's a team force from you. Now, if you're trying to spread them out evenly, I mean, if you're trying to spread them out, certain people belong to, they're going to want to give their people their team, their link. So, but that's where the company force helps out because some people are going to run into where you may have 63 on your team, but you may have 5-10 people that have a couple hundred on theirs. So their downlines may grow faster than yours because once you hit your 63, yours may slow down. And then you got a couple legs that are starting making even more money because they got a bigger team going on. But the company force made side of it, every time someone cycles out, is kicking entries over into the team force side, filling the holes. So it's gonna keep it growing that way. I built it like that because I didn't want team force to stop anybody. So it kicks it into both sides. So then everybody's running pretty much on both sides, unless they never join the company force. It's the only way they would not be on the company force side. Technically, you could join the company force and never join the team force. You're going to end up on both sides because it kicks entries over there. So, phase 2 is going to push every matrix in phase 1. Not just 50 cents, not just the 5 fast. It's going to push everything. No, there is no requirements in phase 2 at all. You can join it with 0 referrals. I took out the requirements completely in phase 2. Well, just because, I wanted phase 2 to be, there's nothing there that can slow anybody down. That's all the more reason for everybody to promote it, everybody to, really want to see it work better is because there's nothing to stop anybody. You're not going to get paid as much as anybody else. There's, nothing. There's a team system. There's a company force system. Even if you're on a team system, the company force is going to help your team out. It's going to work together really, really smooth. As long as everything works right when I test it. So that's usually what we run into is, something's not right. So, can you piff people in phase 2? Not exactly. There's not a piff list. But, if you have people that can't afford to get in or that you want to pay their $1.50 to join, you're welcome to create their account for them. Ask them what username they want or, just create their account for them, pay the $1.50 registration fee. They can go into the system and change their password after you give them the username. They can log in, tell them how to change their password. It's done. But there is no PIF list in phase 2. Anybody else got any other questions for me? I like these questions about phase two because it also makes me think about things to make sure I name on the Zoom meeting when I do it. My oldest daughter is on the phone. I'm listening. No, there's no bots in phase two. And if you've noticed, I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but I was looking the other day and I asked the programmers to change something about the bots in phase one. And last I looked, it looked like they did. Let me look again. Let me see before I say it and make everybody excited if they haven't noticed yet. Yes, you can use the same username and password in phase two that you're using in phase one, assuming that you make your account in phase two before someone takes that username, which they shouldn't. I mean, especially if they want to use the same one. Oh, just logged into the wrong account. Okay, here's what I was going to look at. Let me see real quick. Well, there's no way to stop it, Donna, if they read with it, because technically it's a completely separate site. The way that it's going to interface is the money that's donated to phase one, all the money will be in the same, going in the same bank account. So I can literally just add the funds on the computer itself into phase one and deduct it out of phase two. So, but there will be no bots in phase two. None whatsoever. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's what I thought. It looks like, well, maybe not. That was a bad account to check too. How many matrices in phase two? 1 second. Yeah, Roger's right, I think. But it is more than 6 because it has the team and the company first. So you got the 150 that has when you join. You got the $7, the $18, the $40. Why is my so you got technically there's 11. Let's see. You got the $1.50, which is your joining board. So it's kind of same style as, you got one at the point. You got the $7, the 18, the 40s, the 300, or the 100, sorry. And then the $300 board. So the $300 board, once you get there, that one pays out $2,400. And like I said, you can't buy into it, so it's just $7 entries pushing you up there. That one will take a little while to get to, obviously. Like all systems, you don't start a system and end up at the final 11 the first day. So everything is 3x2 in this system. So every single matrix. So it's 3x2. So you get your 3, they get their 3. That completed yours, so you get a re-entry into that one and you get entered into the next one. Then, they've got theirs and they get pushed up. Same difference. Once you fill and you finish that one, you get a re-entry and you go into the next one. So yes, it will not go to the public other than our members that could share it with their friends and stuff like that. Yes, you'll be able to have multiple entries, Brian. It kind of, I guess, I'm not going to promote it outside until I have sent the emails out. So once I've sent the emails out to Infinite Funds members and invited them in, I plan on getting everybody invited in one day. I'm going to announce on the live what day that's going to start. The next day, my time, when I wake up in the morning, is when I will start marketing campaigns, which probably won't start till the day after that, stuff like that. So it'll give them 24 to 48 hours for everybody to get in. Yeah, because when I send all the emails out, I'm going to send them out in I haven't decided exactly how many yet at a time. I'm trying to weigh out how many members we have when we get to that point. So all of that I'll talk a lot more about, this next Wednesday, because I have a lot to figure out. Once the new system's done and I can set the Zoom meeting, stuff like that, that's when I've got to weigh out a lot of, how many people we have now, where exactly right now, everything I'm saying about how we're launching or how many, how we're doing it is kind of a guessing game because I don't know how many members we'll have in a week. I don't know, there's things I don't know that I can't foresee the future right now. I don't have that crystal ball that shows me, I need to see my desktop of the admin desktop, 9 days from or so. If I could see that, future, then I could tell us everything. Um, no, Kathy, because I can't guarantee it's a dead account. Um, I mean, the fact that someone may have created an account and just left it alone and come in a year and a half from now and log into their account, there's that possibility. So, I mean, now if I put in something, the system said they have to log in, once every 14 days, maybe I could then. But dead accounts don't really hurt anything, other than the fact they're not helping anything grow. But if they earn anything and they don't log in, the bots are creating new positions. So they're actually helping in the long run. I mean, I've had one or two people, like I talked about earlier, that have messaged me. I've had a few people message me and say, I'm not really earning and stuff like that. And like I said, at this point, I'm not really either because it's moving slow. But then I've had a couple people message me and say, I'm not going to do infinite funds now. I'm going to, leave. And I tell them, I say, you might want to check your account once a month. Because if you hit a $200 payout or a $2,000 payout, be nice to know, and they said, one person told me, no, I'm not even concerned with it. Okay, well, your account's going to sit there and the bot's going to spend it. Slowly but surely, it's going to spend it. So, that's what's going to happen to those dead accounts is the bot is going to spend their money. Yes, Karishma, your downline in the $7 matrix will follow you straight through the system. Because I didn't allow jumping into next matrices, they're going to be the next one to cycle, and it's just going to keep following you through. And that's how a follow me system is made. Because your downline, obviously, they're the next ones to cycle out. So they literally just keep building the same little pyramid that was in the first 3x2, the next 3x2. As they cycle through, they fill the next one, and then the next one. Everybody just keeps following. The only thing that'll come into play that may jump in with your team or into this system, the people on the team force side, you got those company force ones that are kicking over. So they may jump into your team. And that's the great thing about that is it just, they're always just going to jump on in and do their thing right into your team. So let's see, I was looking here. 22. Okay. It looks like they did do what I asked them to do. I changed the bot a week ago, maybe longer, 2 weeks ago. And I don't know if anybody else noticed yet. The bot used to purchase up to 8 50-cent positions every single day. Okay, so it could spend $4 per day. Now, as of, I'm actually trying to figure out when I had them change it here. Beginning of October or somewhere around there. It purchases every 5 days now. Made it purchase a little less. Now, if anybody's getting hit every single day again or something, let me know. They shouldn't be. But I mean, my account, I wouldn't even know because I keep a package running all the time anyway. But I'm looking at a family member's account right now. They got hit on the 12th of October, then on the 17th of October, then on the 22nd of October, and they didn't get hit today. So they're getting hit once every 5 days for 8 positions. So $4 every 5 days. So I slowed the bot down a little bit, and that's why our 50 cent hasn't been going crazy, but also because we are here to help people. Phase 2 is coming. Phase 2 is where we want people to focus as soon as it launches. We don't want people to stop in phase 1, but we do want them to focus focus in phase 2. But they're always welcome to buy positions in phase 1 too. Zach, your downline will not be automatically entered. They have to register. It's $1.50 registration. It's not free. So they won't just be able to jump in. And they won't be taken from phase 1 into phase 2. They have to register from the website. Which that information will go out to emails to everybody that is in phase 1. Yeah, Jeff, someone else told me that earlier too. Well, actually, I had somebody message me, I don't know, yesterday, I think it was last night or something. And they said my accountants had 40 cents for like, I don't know, 10 days or something like that. And they literally messaged me this morning and said, never mind. Never mind what? And they said, I woke up today and it was over $200 because they cycled out of a 5 fast. So they had 40 cents for God knows how long, and all of a sudden they just woke up and there was $200 there. So but correct, Kathy. $1.50 is a registration matrix. The reason I put it in there, one is it's not a PIF system, it's not a free system, so that buys them into that first matrix, and that matrix is a company force matrix. It's a 3x2, just like the rest. What that does is that just gets you into the system, and that allows the people that could only afford $1.50 or may have had a friend pay their $1.50, gives them a chance to make the $7 to get into the other ones. Then once you're in on the registration for the $1.50, you have to buy into the $7 matrices, which means you can add funds to your wallet and buy in to the company force, the team force, both, whatever you want to do. Once you're into those, it's pretty much automated. It's going to take you the rest of the way. You can't buy into anything else. The only thing you can buy into every day is the $7 matrices or the starter matrix, which after you're in the $1.50 registration fee, that matrix is only $1 to buy after you're in. Just the registration is $1.50. That 50 cents get used for either marketing, stuff like that, or our site stuff, or if we have extra, if we get a lot of people joining, piffing people into phase 1. Because I also try to pull a little bit of PIF money extra from that, because we will have people that join phase 2 that are not in phase 1, and they may register for phase 1 just because we give free money away there and stuff like that. So that gives us money to piff those people in with. That way we can try to, clear out the piff list real quick. And as people keep joining, we can keep piffing. So other than that, we're about to hit our hour. Does anybody have any other questions? Or should we wrap this up? Looks like that's about it. I think I'm not going to do a giveaway this week. Probably going to do one next week because we'll be announcing phase 2. Next week, I don't know. Phase 2, if it's done by the time of the live next week, where I can talk more about it, I may, I don't know, I may give away quite a bit. I may give away on the Zoom as well to launch phase 2. So we will see. Just the only reason I'm not going to do it tonight is because we have been giving away quite a bit lately, and I want to keep that going. I just want to get phase 2 completely paid for. I got one last payment left to them, and on the completion date, and I'm going to keep money rolling in. The live next week, we're really going to want more people on. And then when I announce a Zoom meeting, we're going to want to load up a Zoom meeting too. Or I might have to do a live for that. I don't know how I'll do that because Zoom has a limit too. But other than that, we will do next Wednesday. And let's see, today was 7 o'clock. Last week was 3 o'clock, I think. The week before, I think, was like 8 a.m. And the week before that was like 11 a.m. Next week, we might go back to the 11, 12 a.m. for me. Probably 11 a.m. maybe. So the 11 a.m. my time would be, 14 hours from now would be 11 a.m. So whatever that is for everybody else, that would be probably what time we'll do next week. So add 3 hours to your time right now, and then add 12 more. And that's what time we're looking at for next Wednesday. But let's see. So next Wednesday, Elsie, we're what time is it right now for you? What did you say? Oh, 11 p.m. So yeah, that'll be 11 a.m., 12, 1, 2, 3. It'd be 3 p.m. for you next week. If I do it at 11 a.m. my time. So yeah, that's probably what it's going to look like. I will update the .com website here in the next day or two. I'll leave this video up for a little while so people can catch up. Other than that, it will probably say 11 a.m. my time. Matter of fact, I'm writing that down. That way I don't forget either. So yeah, that's why I try to change times. I try to go with like 4 parts of the day. Try to mix it up that way. People all over the world can be on these meetings, and different times, different things. So I know certain people miss some people miss others, but we try to be flexible with everybody. So all right, everybody have a good night, have a good weekend, and we will see you next week.